I'm not really the outdoorsy type, but after spring break last year, I might never set foot in the woods again. My name's Dylan. I'm 34 and teach 9th grade English in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Every April, I try to unplug for a few days before the chaos of finals and grading takes over. Last year, I rented a secluded cabin up north near the Ausable River. Not a fancy Airbnb, just an old wooden structure tucked away in the trees. No cell service, no Wi-Fi. That was the point. I got there on a Thursday around noon. It was chilly for spring, 40s during the day, dipping into the 30s at night, but peaceful.
You could hear the wind brushing pine needles like static, and that weird bird that sounds like it's laughing always creeped me out. The first 2 days were uneventful. I read, hiked, cooked sad camp food on a propane stove, and wrote in my journal like I was some 19th century frontiersman. It felt good to be alone. But Friday night changed everything. It was around 9:30. I'd just finished reading some short stories by Flannery O'Connor, bad choice in hindsight, and was brushing my teeth by the tiny sink near the window. That's when I heard it, a thump, not from outside. It came from beneath the floor. I froze. The cabin didn't have a proper foundation, just stood on cement blocks over dirt. There was a crawl space below, but barely high enough for a raccoon. I told myself it was just the wood settling, but the sound came again. Thump, thump, drag. I walked across the cabin and crouched near the floor vent. Nothing, just silence. Still, I couldn't sleep. I kept listening for it, and around 1 a.m. I heard it again. This time it was unmistakable, a soft, wet dragging noise directly below my bed. My pulse was through the roof. I wanted to get up, but I was scared to even move. Eventually, I grabbed the flashlight from the nightstand and tiptoed across the room. I pulled the rug aside and unscrewed the vent cover. Then, like an idiot, I leaned down and shined my light into the darkness. I swear on everything I love, I saw a hand. Pale, dirty fingers clutching the dirt just inches from the vent, not moving, just waiting. I slammed the cover back on and didn't sleep at all. When morning came, I ran out of that cabin and drove 40 minutes into town to call the police from a gas station. They humored me. Drove out, did a quick sweep. Nothing. No footprints, no signs of forced entry. They said maybe I imagined it. Stress, isolation. But they didn't open the crawl space. I wanted to leave, but I had one more night on the booking. And honestly, I convinced myself maybe they were right. Maybe I'd hallucinated it. Big mistake. That night, I barricaded the vent and every window with furniture. I even jammed a chair under the doorknob. I kept the lights on and tried to watch a movie on my laptop. Around midnight, the power cut out. No wind, no storm, just blackness. I sat there in silence, holding a kitchen knife and the dying light of my phone. Then I heard the crawl space vent rattle. Once, twice, and then the voice. A hoarse whisper, like someone gargling gravel. "Are you still there?" I didn't respond. I couldn't. The voice came again, louder. "I liked your book." Something slammed against the floor beneath me, hard. I screamed and ran out into the freezing woods, wearing nothing but socks and a hoodie. I didn't stop until I found a road and flagged down a trucker around dawn. Police came back. This time, they did open the crawl space. What they found still haunts me. There was a tarp, a filthy blanket, empty food wrappers, and dozens of notebooks, filled cover to cover with entries written in cramped, obsessive handwriting. About me, my name, what I ate,
what time I brushed my teeth, even what I'd said out loud while reading. The man had been living under there the whole time, listening. They never found him. And to this day, every time I hear a noise under my house, I don't check. I don't want to know. Because that spring night, I should have died. My name's Rachel. I'm 29, live in a quiet neighborhood outside of Asheville, North Carolina, and work from home doing freelance graphic design. Nothing dramatic. Just me, my laptop, coffee, and clients who think make it pop is actual feedback. This happened last spring. It was a Thursday afternoon, and I had just finished a particularly annoying Zoom call. I stepped outside to clear my head. The weather was perfect. Sun, breeze, birdsong. Everything felt calm. That's when I saw her, a little girl standing alone on the sidewalk across from my house. Maybe 7 years old. Pale skin, long brown hair, faded pink jacket. She clutched a stuffed rabbit. I assumed she was from the neighborhood. But what struck me was that she wasn't doing anything. Just standing there, staring at my house. I waved. She didn't wave back, just turned and walked off, stiffly, like she was trying to remember how to walk. Later that evening, I noticed tiny, dirt-covered handprints on my front window. 5 of them, just below eye level for a child. The next day, she was back. Same spot, same rabbit. I opened the window and called out, "Are you okay?" No response. She tilted her head, then walked away again. That night, around 3 a.m., I got up for water. I passed by the living room and glanced outside. She was on my porch, not knocking, not moving. Just standing there. I called 911. Officers showed up, searched around, found nothing. Sunday morning, I found the rabbit on my porch, dirty, torn, its eye dangling. I posted a picture in a local Facebook group. One woman commented, "That looks like the bunny my daughter had when she disappeared." Her name was Dana. She showed me missing person flyers from 2017. Her daughter Lily. Same age, same jacket, same rabbit. I invited Dana to see it. That night, I heard my door handle jiggle, slowly, softly. I didn't check, but in the morning, the rabbit was gone. I had cameras installed immediately. 3 nights later, my phone buzzed at 3:11 a.m. Noise detected in the living room. The clip showed nothing. Then she stepped into frame, inside my house. She stood behind the couch. Her clothes were darker now, her face wet. And then she smiled. Too wide, too long. The clip ended. I moved to a 3rd-floor apartment. No porch, no lawn. I've never seen her again. But sometimes, late at night, I hear a tap on the window. No knock, just a tap. My name is Marcus. I'm 31 and manage a car rental branch in Bakersfield, California. It started with a call. Wednesday night, 8:45 p.m., unknown number. I answered, just breathing. The next night, same time, same number, but this time, a whisper. Don't answer the other line. 3rd night, a recording of me giving a client directions that day. One-sided, just my voice. The calls kept coming, every night. Different numbers, different recordings of myself. I changed SIMs, changed phones. Nothing worked. Then came Monday. I answered. No voice, but I heard myself from inside my house. I followed the sound to the guest room. In the closet, a burner phone, still recording. I gave it to the police. They were baffled. Then the calls came to my work phone. Conversations I don't remember having. Me saying things like, "She's still in the house. We buried him too shallow." Then on April 5th, Both phones rang at once.
I answered both. One line said, "Don't listen." The other said, "He's already inside." I ran. When I returned, written in condensation on my mirror was, "He answered both." I moved, changed numbers, no forwarding address. But some nights at 8:45, my phone rings, and I never answer because I'm afraid the other line will. If these stories gave you chills, hit like, comment which one freaked you out the most, and subscribe so you don't miss the next dark tales that might be more real than you think. Turn on the notification bell, because sometimes not knowing who's on the other side might be what saves you.